Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with Pillar Left Tabletop Games. Today with Wyrmspan. I've gotten to play this game once before and found that I really enjoyed it, and so I picked up a copy. Goal of the game is to have the most victory points at the end, which you'll primarily get through dragons. See a little tail with a number, so many points a dragon's worth. And as this is based on the Wingspan engine, you'll get to the usual stuff of end of round bonuses to randomly set up every game. Uh, Eggs on your dragons, cast resources, talk to cards. Now this is not just a simple reskin of Wingspan. This does some really interesting things that I think are a good thing for the game. Anyway, at the start of the game, you will have the dragon and cave display. The caves are a new thing. You will have to excavate caves for your dragons to live in. There will be a random guild, a dragon guild, that provides some extra opportunities and is scaled based on the players. So for the Plains Guild, at the end of the game, you can get a point for every 2 eggs that I have. So that's in addition to the usual egg points, so that's extra points. It's nice. Each player will have a token on the Dragon Guild board that as they advance through it, they will get free stuff, including placing the markers on the guild board. Every player will start with their own player mat, their own color, explorer, cubes to go on the guild, another 4 cubes to go on the scoring mat for the round tracker, and the marker for the Dragon Guild. Also start with 6 coins and an egg. Coins are how you do things. Eggs also help quite a bit. Each player will start with 3 dragons and 3 caves, and choose 4 of these cards to keep. You might keep more dragons and try to fill out all your starter caves. You might keep more caves just to be ready to have any kind of dragon earlier. Say we keep those ones. Okay. After you decide what cards you want to keep, you want to take 3 resources of any types, any combination. Ideally, you want to take something that will help you play the dragon that's already in your hand. All right. Once everyone's set up, determine a random player to be the first player for the round, and begin. Your actions include Excavate. You will simply take an excavation card or cave card out of your hand and play it to the furthest left space that still needs a cave card. To place a cave card here requires 1 egg. Places a cave card here requires 2 eggs, and then you have the option to give up any combination of 3 resources, dragon cards, or cave cards from him to gain a bonus coin. Coins are how you do stuff. You'll get 6 every round. It's possible to get bonus ones during a round or hold on to some for the next round. So let's say we excavate here. So that costs us a coin. That goes away. Upon placing the cave, if it says gain, you gain those things immediately. Some things might move you along. Some caves might get you to move along the Dragon Guild track, at which point you will move your marker and get whatever's there. You get eggs, resources, cards, markers on the guild board. You are limited to 4 cubes on this guild board because you need the other 4 for round scoring. Okay. In addition to excavation, you can also entice dragons, which again will cost a coin. You will take the dragon and put it on the first empty cave on the left by paying the cost. So that's a meat and 2 crystals. You'll know what caves they can go into based on the coloring of the notch on the left-hand side. Red is for the Crimson Cavern. Yellow is for the Golden Grotto. Purple is for the Amethyst Abyss. This one can go either either top or bottom cave. Different dragons will have different effects at the bottom. Some will trigger when an explorer crosses over them. Others will trigger during the end of round activations. Some will be used at the end of the game, and some are activated when played, just like caves. As you play dragons, you open up the distance that your explorer can go when you explore. So we go to the third action. Explore. If you're exploring a cave on your turn for the first time, for that cave, it is 1 coin. If you're revisiting that cave again, it's the coin plus 1 egg. If you're doing it a second time, it's coin and 2 eggs. You will start from left to right until you hit a stop sign. So here, you got a cave card. When it says gain, you can take it from the display, or there's a blind draw from the top of the deck. So let's say we take this one, which will immediately refill it with a different one. So we move on to the dragon. That one says pay a coin to gain gold, crystal, and meat, which I'll do because having those resources for later would be nice. And then we move here, and it moves us 1 step along the Dragon Guild, which gets us an egg. You have a storage spot for up to 2 eggs on the side of your mat. Alternatively, you can store eggs on your dragons. But having this little extra nest space just for eggs, it helps a lot. Yeah, eventually you'll hit the stop sign and there's nothing there, so you go back to base camp. Eventually you will either run out of coins or decide to pass. So let's go ahead and finish up the turn. Going to, let's see, we'll entice this dragon to here. So that's a coin. That's the two milk from the cave that I played. And an egg. Hatchlings are interesting dragons. As your explorer explores with them, they can cache resources. Then each resource will increase its points. But it's when you put the third resource of that type on that hatchling that you'll get a bonus thing. You only get that one time when it's that third thing. All right. And then I don't have any dragon cards. Let's explore. Go here. We get a card. We'll plan for the future by taking this dragon. Because we still have space open up here. Which will then fill out the display. Alright, I'm out of coins. There's nothing more for me to do. So, at the end of your turn, or at the end of the, if you either run out of coins or pass, you're out for the round. When everyone's passed, we go to the end of round effects. So what'll happen is activate any end of the round abilities and score. These objectives are determined at random at the start of the game. In order to get any points, you have to have at least one. So I have one large dragon. If I am the only one, or if I'm tied with someone else with one dragon, I will have first place. If someone else had two dragons to my one this early in the game, then I would get second place. If you have zero, you always go to the all other space. You get no points. These points are going to be hard to get early on at the early stages, but going for them early might make that difference. You want to try to go for integrating all these goals together. So large, aggressive dragons that go into your Amethyst Abyss with big nests. So let's say I stored the egg here instead. Regardless, after players have scored, the display with the caves and the dragons will be refreshed. All the cards that are on there get cleared off, and new ones will take their place. We got new dragons, new caves. It might open up some interesting opportunities if there were things you really needed. Just make sure someone else didn't need them and is going before you. You will also gain 6 coins and 1 egg. You do not gain these after the final round of the game. It will be 4 rounds in total, after which the end game scoring will apply. We'll have a nice little score sheet. So you'll get points for whatever is printed on the dragons. Here, I've got 5 points. If your dragon has an end of game ability, let's see here. There's one. All right, let's say I have this dragon in this cave. There's is lose 2 points for each other aggressive dragon in that cave. So I want this to be the only aggressive dragon in its cave. Otherwise, I lose 2 points. You get a point per egg, so there's two. You get a point per cast resource. I don't have any, but if I, probably got far enough, I'd probably try to make them fully fed. So let's say I succeeded in that. So there's three extra points right there. 1 point per tucked card. There are dragons that will let you store cards underneath. Points from the public objectives. So let's say I managed to ace all of the objectives just by myself. There's another 22 points right there. Just 4, 5, 6, and 7. Um, Points from endgame bonuses on the guild. So every 2 eggs would be another point if I had a cube there. Or I could get up to another 6 or 3 or 1 point. Got place there. And finally, every remaining thing you still have. If you find that there's really nothing you could do with your coins that would help you, you can hold on to it for every coin you can hold on to is worth a point. Every combination of 4 things, which include resources, cave cards, and dragon cards. So let's say I had these 5 things. Well, that's 1 point. If I could have gotten to 8, it would have been more. And then the total of those points determines your final score. If there's a tie, most dragons on player mat. If there are any tiebreakers after that, I am not 100% sure. Let's look it up. But that's just what it says the on the scoring guide. There's no tiebreaker after that. I'm not sure what would be a wise tiebreaker idea after that. I would almost say most cubes on the guild card. That's just a thought on my end. Or whoever did the best off of the public objectives. Yeah, that's Wyrmspan. It's a game of dragons and exploration. After having played Wingspan and seeing how that goes, seeing what they did with Wyrmspan, I like fully approve of. I mean, first off, you don't roll dice for the resources. That was such a big pain in the ass. Secondly, um, the you're not paying the eggs for placing stuff other than the caves. And also these are shorter by 1. But most importantly, it starts out as a 5-player game compared to Wingspan's 4. 5 players is for me, I'm finding it the golden number for players for Tuesday nights. 4, 5, 6 is our typical group. So 5 seems to work out pretty well. And the exploration system is an interesting approach as well, I think. Instead of you just simply get based on the exposed place, you know. You don't just simply get 2 cave cards, you get 2 cave cards, a guild board move, and whatever these dragons can do. It's an interesting approach. And also, I just like dragons. Dragons are freaking cool. Yeah. I feel like going into this fantasy approach means they're not entirely bound by real life facts about, birds, that they can design the abilities as creatively as they want to without having to worry about adherence to reality and its expectations. But most of all, I just love the art. You know, Wingspan has great art as well. Yeah, the game is just beautiful to look at, and it's fun, which is why I fully approve of it, and I love this game. All right, thank you very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus, and I'll see you next time.